What if one shy little bunny was whisked into the clouds and found the courage to touch the sky?
In a quiet meadow where the grass whispered under the soft sway of the wind, lived Benny Bunny, a small rabbit with fur as soft as morning mist. Benny loved hopping between daisies, nibbling tender shoots, and peeking curiously at the world around him. But he was also a little shy. He often watched the clouds drift above, wondering what it might feel like to float among them, yet his little paws always stayed firmly on the ground. One golden afternoon, as sunlight dappled the meadow and the scent of clover filled the air, a gentle breeze danced past Benny, swirling leaves and petals around his ears. He twitched his nose in delight, unaware that this particular gust carried a secret. With a sudden playful lift, the wind scooped Benny into the air, lifting him higher and higher until the soft meadow shrank below him. Benny's heart raced, a mixture of wonder and a tiny pinch of fear. Beneath him stretched a sea of floating clouds, each puff glowing with the softest silver edges. And so began Benny Bunny's cloud ride, a journey of whimsy, courage, and the kind of magic that only comes to those who dare to drift beyond their comfort. The lift-off Benny clutched the fluffy cloud as it rose, feeling the gentle sway beneath his paws. The wind whispered, "Hold on, little one," and the cloud seemed to respond, floating and bouncing like a trampoline in slow motion. First view of the world. From above, the meadow looked like a patchwork quilt, greens and yellows dotted with sparkling flowers. Streams glittered like silver ribbons, and the trees waved as if to greet him. Benny's eyes widened. "It's beautiful," he murmured, leaning closer to peek over the edge, meeting the breezy siblings. Two playful gusts of wind darted around Benny, teasing his ears and flicking the tips of his fur. "Catch us if you can," they called. At first, Benny hesitated, but then he hopped along the cloud's edge, laughing as the breezes spun him in gentle circles. He discovered that the sky could be a playground. The curious sparrow. A small sparrow zipped alongside, chirping questions. "Where are you going, little bunny?" Benny explained his accidental ride. The sparrow nodded wisely. Clouds can teach you things: how to balance, how to trust, how to feel the rhythm of the wind. Benny listened carefully, realizing the journey was not just fun, but also a lesson. The glittering raindrops. Tiny raindrops began to fall, sparkling like diamonds in the sunlight. Some danced on Benny's nose, while others bounced like gentle percussion on the cloud. "Keep moving," one raindrop chimed. "Flow with the rhythm." Benny took a deep breath, letting the droplets guide him forward, feeling bravery bloom inside his chest. A sudden swirl. A twisting whirlwind approached, playful but wild. Benny gripped the cloud tightly, heart thumping. The world tugged him around in gentle spirals, and for a moment fear tried to take over. But then he remembered the sparrow's words: "Trust the wind, trust yourself." He exhaled, leaned into the swirl, and discovered he could ride it with delight instead of dread. Floating through cotton hills. Clouds formed soft hills, and Benny hopped from one to another. Each landing gave a tiny thrill. The puffs bounced him upward like a soft trampoline. He realized the world above was full of surprises, and every leap made him braver. Talking to the sunbeams. Sunlight broke through the clouds, warm and golden. "Hello, little one," they whispered, wrapping Benny in a soft glow. He felt courage growing in his chest, gentle and steady, as though the light itself approved of his adventure. The misty veil. A thin mist enveloped Benny, and he could barely see ahead. Doubt crept in. Was it safe? But then he remembered the joy of the breezes, the lessons from the sparrow, and the sparkle of raindrops. Step by step, he hopped forward, trusting his instincts more than fear. The cloud bridge. A narrow bridge of clouds stretched ahead. Benny's paws trembled slightly, but he focused, placing each step carefully. Halfway across, a gust swirled beneath him, and he giggled nervously. "I can do this," he whispered, and he did. Confidence bloomed with each step. The floating orchard. Above a garden of clouds hung glowing fruits. Benny nibbled a soft, sweet berry and felt a surge of joy. The birds swooped around, singing encouragement. The magic of tasting something new gave him a newfound thrill. A playful dolphin cloud. A cloud shaped like a dolphin jumped beside him, nodding as if to say, "Adventure is more fun with friends." Benny hopped alongside, laughing with pure delight, realizing joy could be shared even among the wisps of clouds. Raindrops slide. A raindrop formed a slide slick and sparkling. Benny hesitated, then pushed off and tumbled downward, squealing with delight. When he landed safely, the little bunny realized facing fear could be thrilling. The wind slowed, whispering softly. Benny paused, listening. Every gust, every sigh of cloud carried advice, patience, trust, and courage. He felt his heart swell with quiet pride. A rainbow appeared below, stretching like a colorful bridge. Benny hopped along it carefully, each step filled with wonder. The colors reflected his growing confidence and sense of adventure. Misty Cloud Cavern. Benny explored a small hollow in the cloud where light shimmered in tiny prisms. He discovered he could move carefully yet boldly, learning to navigate unknown spaces without fear. Lanterns of mist rose like tiny moons. Benny touched one with a paw, and it bobbed gently, illuminating the path ahead. Light, he realized, could guide courage, just as kindness guided hearts. A gentle storm. A small storm approached. Lightning danced far below, rumbling. Benny's chest tightened, but he remembered the lessons of balance, trust, and bravery. With a deep breath, he rode through the storm, exhilarated instead of frightened. Meeting the cloud fox. A fox-shaped cloud darted past, its eyes twinkling. "You're learning," it said. Benny realized that each challenge had taught him something new. Fear could become fun, and the unknown could be magical. The moon's reflection. As night fell, the moon appeared above, soft and silver. Benny gazed in awe. "I've never been this high," he whispered. The moonlight warmed him, reminding him that courage shines brightest when shared with wonder. Floating forest below, cloud trees swayed as if alive. Benny hopped carefully, amazed at the world's beauty. Learning that new experiences could hold both calm and excitement, other cloud rabbits appeared, bouncing in joyful patterns. Benny joined them, realizing adventure was even better with companions. Shimmering stream. A river of glittering mist flowed beneath him. Benny leaned over to peek, feeling thrilled by height's speed and sparkling beauty. A humming wind carried a melody. Benny listened, letting the tune calm him, understanding that courage could be quiet and gentle, not just bold and loud. Raindrop dance. Tiny raindrops danced around him like confetti. Benny hopped in rhythm, learning that delight often comes hand in hand with facing challenges. Cloud peaks high, puffs formed peaks and valleys. Benny climbed and descended, feeling stronger and more confident with every movement. A soft spiral of clouds swirled. Benny spun gently, laughing and trusting that the world could be wild yet safe. The sparkling mist bridge. A bridge of mist shimmered. Benny crossed carefully each step, teaching him balance, courage, and patience. Small birds flew beside him, chirping directions and encouragement. Benny realized he could ask for help and follow guidance, which made him braver. A meadow of tiny cloud flowers bloomed. Benny hopped from bloom to bloom, learning joy in small wonders. Reflection on courage. He paused on a soft cloud, looking at the ground far below. His chest swelled. He understood that courage is not the absence of fear, but moving forward despite it. The sun set in a gentle blaze of orange and pink. Benny basked in the glow, feeling calm and proud. Tiny glowing motes appeared like fireflies. Benny hopped carefully, marveling at their magic and learning patience. The final leap. A gap in the clouds required a small jump. Benny hesitated, then leapt with all his heart, landing safely. Triumph filled him. The cloud lowered, carrying Benny toward the meadow. He stretched his paws and felt the soft grass again. The breezes whispered farewell. Benny waved, grateful for lessons learned and friendships made. Back on the ground, Benny hopped carefully, noticing every detail of the meadow anew. Colors seemed brighter, scents sweeter. He told his friends about the cloud ride. They listened wide-eyed, inspired by his bravery. Benny thought about how he had been scared yet adventurous. He learned that trying something new could be magical. Lessons remembered. He remembered each cloud friend, the sparrow and the raindrops, small teachers that helped him grow. Stars appeared. Benny curled in his burrow, heart full, reflecting on the day's wonders, dreaming of clouds. He drifted into sleep, imagining future adventures, feeling ready for anything. Moonlight poured through the trees, comforting him with silver glow. Benny awoke feeling stronger and braver than ever before. Sharing kindness. He helped a younger bunny cross a puddle, remembering that courage and kindness are intertwined. Benny explored nearby hills, enjoying small adventures on solid ground, confident in his abilities. He imagined the breezes, the raindrops, and the sparrows smiling at their lessons, heart full of bravery. Benny felt joy from facing fears and embracing new experiences. The sun dipped, painting the sky with gentle color. Benny's heart felt warm. He whispered softly, "Courage isn't being fearless, it's trying with an open heart." Benny Bunny curled up in his cozy burrow, the soft meadow grass cradling him. The sky above still shimmered with traces of clouds he had written painted faintly with silver and gold from the setting sun. Each memory of the day soaring on soft puffs, spinning in breezes, dancing with sparkling raindrops, filled his heart with gentle pride. He understood now that courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the choice to step forward even when trembling paws and racing hearts whispered otherwise. As evening wrapped the meadow in quiet hues, Benny peeked outside, imagining the clouds drifting lazily overhead. He felt a new rhythm within him, a harmony of wonder, bravery, and trust. Tomorrow would bring small adventures, but the lessons of today would stay forever. Every gust of wind could be a friend, every raindrop a guide, and even the tallest cloud could be crossed with patience and joy. In his little burrow with stars twinkling faintly above, Benny closed his eyes, carrying a gentle sense of triumph and warmth. The world, he realized, was full of magic for those who dared to leap, hop, and glide with open hearts, ready to embrace the unknown. Did you enjoy soaring with Benny Bunny on his magical cloud ride? If his adventure warmed your heart, give this story a like and share it with friends who love gentle tales of courage and wonder. Imagine the clouds, the breezes, and the sparkling raindrops guiding you too. For more bedtime adventures filled with magic lessons and heartwarming journeys, subscribe and tap the bell icon. Every week brings a new tale, from floating meadows to whispering forests, where even the tiniest bunny can discover bravery and joy. Let your heart take flight